It sounds like, and tell me if you agree with this, that Trump's has sort of a two-part criteria for selecting these cabinet guys or cabinet level positions. One is loyalty, understandably, because he had more than a few backstabbers the last time around. But number two, take it to the deep state. In other words, these are not just loyalists per se. They're loyalists who have a demonstrated feistiness to them. They want to take the battle into the enemy camp. They want to not just tinker with institutions, they want to remake them. So there's a kind of, I would call it a good radicalism to what Trump is doing. It's kind of like he's saying there's a lot of reversing that needs to be done, a lot of cleaning up that needs to be done, a lot of fumigation that needs to be done, and I'm here for it.
No, I couldn't agree more. I think that's an accurate assessment. I think, look, we're facing some radical problems in this country, and I think that requires radical new leadership and radical change. And, that term is usually used by the left, but it's their radicalism that got us there. So I don't think there's anything crazy or scary about a conservative radical movement. This is a movement that's dedicated to actually fighting for once. And I think what we're seeing take shape right now is exactly that. It's a cabinet full of fighters. And I think the more the media, the more the establishment, the more the mainstream attacks these different nominees, the better they are as a candidate. I think first and foremost we have Attorney General, or hopefully soon to be Attorney General Matt Gaetz, former congressman from Florida. I think he's been under massive fire since this announcement, which sort of came out of left field, and I think that tells you all you need to know. I think he's going to be going into the DOJ, cleaning house, rooting out the corruption, rooting out the rot, rooting out the graft that has dominated that department for quite some time, and that department has been weaponized more than any other agency or bureau or arm of the federal government against its own people, and that's the DOJ. So I think what we're seeing right now is a president that's willing to go on the offensive. It's a president that's willing to take up the mantle, to take up the mandate that he was given from the American people, and to actually enact it. And I think that's a breath of fresh air that many people are very happy to see, especially coming from Republicans who tend to, in times past, promise a big game, talk a big game, and then fail to deliver. Look no further than the Senate Republican conference, which is all big talk and very little action. Hopefully they do not stonewall the many nominations that President Trump is going to be putting forward, not only for his cabinet, but also for the many judgeships and other federal confirmed positions.